Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Enya and here is my very first speed build on The Sims 4. This is also my first ever Sims video on YouTube. In saying that, this capture is taken from my stream on Twitch, so that's why we have this little box down here in the corner that says Bachelor Mansion Part 1. Maybe just try to ignore it, but it will be in the next couple of videos as well. I have also now worked out how to capture just my game, so in the future there won't be anything there, so bear with me while I figure this all out. Today's video is the first of a series with several more videos to come. This speed build splits into 3 separate videos as I've not been playing The Sims 4 for a long time, so really I am also trying to learn how to build properly. It is quite different to The Sims 2 and The Sims 3 with building. I only started playing The Sims 4 a couple of months ago now, back in March, I believe. And I can tell you that the build mode in The Sims 4 is a lot more difficult than the last couple of games that I played of the previous Sims. Especially the roof system. If you've been watching my streams and me struggling to create roofs on The Sims 4, you'll know how much I really love it. So for today's video, it is the first of a series which I did on The Sims 4. So it covers a challenge, which is the Bachelor Challenge. Now, for the ones who don't know what it is, it's basically the same concept as the TV show. And if you don't know what that is, basically there's one male trying to find his true love. You can also do this with a female, so it would be the Bachelorette. For the ones who don't know what this challenge is or what the series is, it's basically a person trying to find true love on TV in front of the whole nation, doing ridiculous things, and then eventually they end up with someone and that someone wins the man or the female, whatever it may be. For the Sims challenge, the Bachelor Challenge, I got my rules from urbansimsx.com. However, I changed them around a little bit to suit myself, and I just wanted to create a little bit of a difference, I guess, than everyone else. If you want to see the rules, you can head over to www.urbansimsx.com. I'll also put the link down below in the description. But for my challenge in particular, I created a man and he had 7 women to choose from, basically. In Urban Sims rules, it says to just find a pad, a bachelor pad, I guess you could say. Apparently money doesn't really matter. You can just do whatever you please. But I thought I would build my own mansion because when I first started this challenge, I was quite new to The Sims 4. I still am new to The Sims 4. And I really, really enjoy building, so I thought I would create my own mansion to my own requirements and my needs. Or my Sims, I guess I could say. So, over the next 3 videos, you will see the speed build of the mansion that I am now creating. This was kind of a challenge for me. I've never created a mansion of such scale on The Sims 4. In fact, this is one of my first builds of The Sims 4. I actually haven't done too many, as I spend quite a lot of time. At first, I did start this build on a smaller lot. It didn't quite fit, so I decided to save what I had done and move it to DeSol Valley, where I found a 64 by 64 lot. So it's currently the biggest lot size on The Sims 4, which is a little bit disappointing in my opinion, but I guess we get what we're given. I also had to make this video quite fast, so I apologize if you can't keep up, but this is split into 3 separate videos, so I did have to speed it up quite a bit. I did want to make it into one video, but I don't think anyone would watch a speed build for an hour. So here we are. So basically at the start I raised multiple areas of the terrain just so I could get the mansion on a higher level, I guess. So what I am doing here, I am building a basement because I think at the time I was going to put a gym down there, which I guess would be quite dark and gloomy. And then over here I was going to put a sauna. And upstairs, so I have, on the second floor I have 2 bedrooms. So 3 girls in one, 4 in the other. Well, actually, I guess you would call it the first floor. Okay, so I really don't like roofs. I don't like them. When I first started playing The Sims 4, I discovered how hard it was to create the roof on builds. And it has always been a struggle to me. With this roof, I just completely struggled. I tend to make really bizarre shaped builds, and I don't really think about the roof. So I deleted it all, and I deleted the basement. I guess I just had a moment and thought, nope, I need to start again. Also, that fence wasn't really working for me. I mean, I guess most of it wasn't working for me as I started again with a lot of the build. I did this over multiple streams. I believe that I had a bit of a rough day. I didn't have any creative kind of ideas flowing. So I stopped my stream after a few hours. I came back with a fresh new mind, fresh new idea, and I deleted a lot of it and created something a little bit different. I can assure you this is the last kind of floor plan I do. I don't go again to delete it. So I wanted to create basically several entertaining outdoor areas. We kind of needed a big space as well. So I really quite struggled with this build a little bit. I'm sure you can see with what I'm doing, I did struggle a little bit. My game also glitched out. I think you might be able to see that in the next video, but it glitched out a little bit with the balconies, and I couldn't put fences properly, and it just wasn't really working for me. But in the end, it all worked out, and in the third video of this speed build, you will see the end result. I guess I didn't really know what I was going for. I didn't really look at a floor plan or anything in particular. I was just kind of just building, just going with the flow. The shape I wasn't really liking too much, but I had gone too far to go back, I guess. I mean, I could have went back, but I would have been sitting there for many more hours. So I just kept going. So this build has 3 levels. So it's got ground, first, and second. On the ground floor, you'll find a big foyer, 2 bathrooms, a laundry, a kitchen and a large dining area, and you'll also find the lounge room, kind of entertaining space, and you'll also kind of find like I guess you could call it a library. On the second floor, or the first floor, I don't know what you guys call it. On the first floor, you've got the 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and there is 1 walk-in robe for the larger bedroom. And then on the third floor, which I guess you would call the second floor as well maybe, is the gym with a bathroom, the helipad area, and our bachelor's room. All floors also have their own balcony as well. So for the windows and the doors, I got these from the Get Famous expansion pack. I thought they worked quite well with the theme that I was going for. So I put the bachelor's room on the very, very top floor so he can kind of be alone, and he has his own ensuite and his own walk-in robe. Also, there is a hallway going towards the gym, which I'm doing now. And at the front there, I'm going to put kind of like a helipad. Unfortunately, in The Sims 4, there are no helicopters, but there is a kid's toy which you can size up. Over down here on the ground floor outside, we have the rose ceremony room. And then we've got our little sauna space as well. I find that when I'm doing simple things like writing a H with floor pattern, it just defeated me. So I decided to try the roof a little bit again. Didn't really know what to do. The roof just gets me every build I do. So I tried making the most basic sort of thing, I guess. I also had to put the move objects on cheat so I could place the windows right next to the roof. Now I thought for the gym and the hallway to the gym, I wanted it to basically have skylights or just like a glass roof as well. So I used the crystal clear object. So it's not actually a roof, or I guess you could call it a floor, but it's not in floorings. It's in your actual object inventory, I guess. Now I played around with this side of the roof for quite some time. It took me a long time to get it looking just okay, and I couldn't really make the other part of the roof over there to be glass as well. It just wasn't working because of the shape of the mansion. It was just kind of difficult to make it look okay, but it wasn't really what I envisioned, like the whole roof, and I guess the whole mansion itself, the shape of it is really kind of strange. I do like the front, it's just I'm not really sure what I did to the rest of it, but it turned out not too bad in the end. Another thing that I found with The Sims 4 is that the wall patterns are kind of limited. I didn't really know what look I wanted in particular. I think I wanted kind of like a stone type of mansion, but the wall patterns that were available in the stone didn't really kind of suit what I was after, so I just went with this blue sort of cement look with a bit of stone at the bottom. Now another thing with The Sims 4 are these exterior and interior freezers, or I'm not really sure, 100% sure what they're called, but every time I use them, they tend to go inside the builds. I haven't mastered it and I haven't overly worked out why it happens, but I think it happens if you have a part on a floor where there's an open area. Like in the foyer, I do have like an open area. Basically the ground floor and the first floor join up and you can see through both of them, I guess. And I think that's the reason why these trims, or whatever they're called, go inside the build, but I eventually kind of fix it up, I guess, if you could say. So over here, I'm just creating the little sauna. Now, the kitchen window, I didn't want something as big as the rest of the build, but nothing matched. And I spent so long trying to find a window that suited, and it just didn't work out. So I just went with something quite simple. So I went around deleting all of the exterior trims or freezers. I'm not really sure what they're called. But then I placed them back. But then I think I do remove them again. I can't really remember. I guess for this build, I was going for kind of like an old-fashioned mansion that I guess has been renovated. I guess what I had in mind, the Sims 4 inventory didn't really have, so I kind of just used what was available, but I guess my vision was slightly different to this. I kind of wanted to make more of a fairy tale build, and I think maybe I shouldn't have done so many floors, so I could have done more of a cottage style mansion. I don't know, is that even a thing? I don't know, but I guess that what was my vision at the time. Now here is the glitch that you can see. Every time I went to put a floor down on my balcony, it would just kind of disappear a little bit. It was very frustrating, but I think the day after or something, it eventually returned and came back normal. So for the helipad, I got a toy helicopter from the kids section and I sized it using the bracket keys on the keyboard. If you're on console, I have no idea what the sizing options or sizing controls are, so I cannot help with that. I also find that when you use columns or pillars and you put them right next to the build, sometimes they come inside the build. I don't know why that is, but it happens sometimes. I really did try to make this mansion as quick as I could because I did originally want it to be just one video, but the scale of it and a couple of issues that I had, it just didn't work out. So the next couple of videos are the furniture and the landscaping. The second video is landscaping, I believe, and the third video is the furnishing of the house as well. This is my first speed build for The Sims 4, so I hope I didn't speed it up too fast, but like I said, I don't want each video to be extremely long. I also could have just, I guess, not included this in the series, but I thought this was quite an important part. Because of the challenge, I wanted to include everything that I did for it, and that was building. So here we are, building the mansion for our bachelor and our 7 contestants. You could have as many contestants as you'd like. You can only have 8 Sims in a household, so I could only have 7 contestants for it, but that's okay because it kind of worked out well anyway. I did get a butler as well for the gameplay, but the butler doesn't equal as a person in your family, I guess. Like, you can't control the butler really. You can tell them what to do, but they don't show up on your little taskbar when you're in live mode. I decided to go with marble stairs because I think that's pretty fancy and a nice kind of a modern chandelier, I guess. I did kind of want to make like an old-fashioned sort of mansion with modern features throughout, I guess. I mean, I guess you could say that the Bachelor crew, they bought the mansion and then they renovated it to suit the show. I also decided to put marble throughout the main areas of the house on the floor as well. I think that's really quite fancy and posh. In the gym, I just put a light wooden floor, and for the walls, I wanted something quite plain. I would have liked some sort of wallpaper or like something with an edging, but I couldn't really find anything that matched both floors properly. So I ended up just doing kind of like a cement sort of clean look. In the bathroom, I modernized it a little bit and I put some darker wall tiles. In the sauna, I wanted to put some wooden paneling because I thought that was suitable, and just ignore that the sauna has great big windows and doors. I really didn't know what kind of fence to put. I took a while to find a fence, which you can't really see, but I thought I'd just go with just a plain sort of cement fence. I didn't really want to do something too fancy, but I just sized up these gates so it would look like I could put a car through it. I mean, drive a car through it. I wanted quite a massive front yard and a backyard, because the landscaping, it took a long time, which you'll see in the next video. And with the pool, the shape that I did, it's a bit weird, but in the landscaping you can kind of see how it works with all the rocks and everything. I used this fountain sort of tool, this object, to make a spa sort of look. And then I just used the terrain tool to use the paths everywhere. I think that looks kind of a little bit more real, I guess. Now the terrain tool, that destroys my OCD. I tell you what, it's just the amount of times I do it is just ridiculous. But we get there in the end. We always get there in the end. Now over here I'm creating the butler's little apartment. Well, I guess it's not really an apartment. Maybe it's even like a granny flat, but they get a bathroom and they get a bedroom. So this concludes the first video of the series. In the next video, I will be continuing on with the speed build, so you'll see the landscaping, and that's when the property really comes alive. Thanks very much for watching, guys. If you like what you see, please leave me a comment and hit that like button. Also, if you're feeling extra generous, please subscribe to my channel to see more. See you next time. Bye.